What is up, my fellow Chibits? Today I'm here to bring all of you another chapter review of Platinum End. Now, I know this review is a little bit late, I know, and I have a couple of chapter reviews that have been a little bit late. For instance, Horimiya, Platinum End, Manga. I know, some of them are a little bit late. The reason for this, as I explained in my vlog, for the holiday season, I was very busy. It was a dead week, but I was very busy with my family doing other things and just taking a little bit of a break for a while, spending time with them. And that's kind of why there was a big delay for these said reviews. But now I'm back. I'm here to bring all of them to you and get back on track. And let's start off with Platinum End. So Platinum End, the new chapter, chapter 3 to be exact. This is the third month since it started. And the story continues at a very decent pace, and so far, it's still in the progress of building up the overall plot, setting up the characters, setting up what we should expect from the series, and I'm so far still loving where the series is going. And actually, I asked last month how some of you Chibits feel about Platinum End, and relatively what I saw, many of you really love this series, and you're wanting to continue on reading it just because it is very entertaining, and also because of, the people that write it. But the main thing is, with this, chapter 3, there's some good content in this. Some really good content, however, and there's some things about these characters that really stand out for me when it comes to reading manga. For one, our main character. Our main character, he is, how can I put this? He's similar to Light, but he's different from Light. Now, I know that's a contradiction, but the way to explain it is Light and him are not so completely different, but in a way they are. And it's really cool getting to see the way the main male character's persona is, how he carries himself throughout this entire chapter when he is wanting to live a normal life, and the very thing he wants to be normal is causing him unhappiness. For instance, he wants happiness, he wants a normal life. I saw the Saki being maybe a god candidate, I saw that coming, but however, I did not see that plot twist to where she straight up shoots him with a red arrow at the end of the damn chapter. Now, I know there's many confusion. I've already seen many Chibits actually mention it to me on Twitter, and I kind of want to talk about this first thing, because many have asked me what do I feel about that scene. Many are saying, did he get shot with a white arrow? And here's my thoughts. No, there's no way in fuck our main male character just got shot with a white arrow. There's many reasons, but one of the main ones is because there is some good shading on the arrow, but there is another reason as well. I mean, they can't just kill off the main male character that fast. I mean, it's chapter fucking 3. You just can't do that. But also, another thing to factor into this is that there's no way that the writer would reveal all the 3 special angels this early on. There's no way the writer would do that. Reveal all special angels in just a matter of 3 chapters now. That wouldn't happen. I just don't think so. But I feel like the special angel will be a plot twist or something very powerful very later on in the series, depending on how long or short this series is. But I just don't think that, that is a white arrow. I don't think Saki has a special angel. But the angel, however, seems to be like some form of dominant type of angel. Just judging by the personality that I saw in that angel's character, especially when she came in front of our MC and started talking to him, of how he was nervous and reacted. And then how Saki was acting, the way she kind of looked like she was very distant or didn't want to really talk to people. Very isolated, better word for it. It seems like that angel is the one really calling the shots instead of, the reverse of what we see how our main male character is calling the shots when it comes to our angel on our side. So, I like so far where the characters are going. But the main thing I want to point out is that this entire chapter really tried to set up was that, for one, all god candidates have lost their happiness. Like, for instance, they lost their will to live. And they have some form of tragic backstory to where they were given this special privilege to be a god candidate just because they didn't want to be around anymore. And so that means, like, Saki is someone that was in a very similar circumstance as our MC, and it makes me very curious about her backstory, because, I mean, if you look at the way her face looks, the way she looks very, like, I guess, upset or very distant from people, it's something that you get from someone that really has lost all hope and doesn't really want to live anymore, and I wonder exactly what her backstory is, and I also wonder how that's going to play when her shooting our main character with a red arrow. Because we do know one thing. We found out that the red arrow, it causes people to love you for like 33 days. And as we know, the main male character does love Saki already. He loves her. He actually really loves her already. So I wonder if the arrow will take effect on our MC even though he loves her already. It would definitely be a cool little loophole in the overall system, because, I mean, Death Note, as we remember, when it came to, like, you know, how you write names in the Death Note or different things like that, it was very interesting. There were certain things about it that you would never expect to be explained in a manga series, especially with how it was written. Like, for instance, if you, let's say, write down my name in the Death Note, you couldn't come up with you know, another person couldn't come down the road, write my name again, and change the overall circumstance. I mean, the overall way the Death Note worked, it was very complex, and I wonder if this is going to be the same way. Like, I mean, since someone's already in love with her, like, for instance, you know, our MC, the red arrow won't work on him. I wonder if he got shot again, let's say by the Metropolice man, if it would work again. Or can you only have one red arrow in effect at one given time? Some really cool, interesting things we need to take to consider when it comes to Platinum End. But for now, though, let's talk about Metropolice, or Metropoliceman, or whatever his name is. His design overall, he seems like a psycho. He seems like a psychotic psycho, and I don't really have much to say about him. I mean, he wants to be a god. He seems power hungry. He's putting on a good appearance, and I just don't know. We have to see where his character goes before I really give an overall main impression of him. I really hope that he is not the main final villain of the said series, because that would be slightly disappointing. But there is one thing, though, I will say, however, and we got some hints that the only way you're getting out of this god candidate situation is by dying. Because if you give up the wings, you give up the arrows, you die. That's what's kind of keeping you alive at this moment. So if you give those up, you will die. So it makes me believe that nobody's gonna live. If there is a relationship that forms between Saki and our MC, I don't think that that's gonna last forever, because there's gonna come a time where she either might betray him or he's gonna have to kill her, one or the other. Because if removing the wings and arrows causes it to where, you know, you die, that means that everybody's gonna have to die. So cool stuff we have to consider right there when it comes to the overall plot. But yeah, I mean, the chapter 3 of Platinum Man, pretty good stuff. I enjoyed it, pretty fun. And yeah, that's about it. So let me know your thoughts. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.